and I'm a caravan boss for the Happy Trails Caravan Company.
모하비 황무지에서 한창 일거리를 찾고 있던 배달부. 그는 어느 날 한 상단의 구인 방송을 듣게 됩니다. 한마디로 싸움 좀 하는 사람에 빅보이를 가진 사람. 이건 즉 배달부를 부르는 것이나 다름없었죠.
Howdy, friend. Heard my little broadcast, did you? Yeah, you look the type.
방송의 발신지를 따라 한 동굴에서 제드 마스터슨을 만난 배달부는 의뢰 내용을 상세하게 듣기 시작합니다.
The job is simple. Help us get this caravan in design and find new Canaan. The pay is 25 caps per day, half up front, half on return. You'll get a bonus if we make it in design, plus another bonus if we reach New Canaan. Oh, one more thing. Don't mention the name Joshua Graham to anyone. Just don't. It makes the new Canaanites powerful uncomfortable, and it scares the britches off the tribals. Don't talk about the burn man either while you're at it. Trust me on this one. It's for your own good.
조시아 그레이엄 그리고 불튼 남자에 대해 언급하지 말라는 제드 마스터슨의 당부에 배달부는 고개를 끄덕일 뿐이었죠.
The paths we're following are slow going, so you might as well keep your ears open and listen to what old Jed has to say. A few decades back, folks in the NCR started to hear about a community in northern Utah called New Canaan. Didn't know much about them, except that they were religious folks, sent out missionaries to talk to the tribes. We've seen our share of cults, but the New Canaanites, they were honest traders, good fighters too. Raiders wouldn't tangle with them. But then, the Legion appeared in Arizona. I reckon you know all about them. Turns out Caesar's first war chief, the Malpace Legate, was a New Canaanite, Joshua Graham. Legend goes that Graham was the meanest, toughest son of a bitch in the whole damn Legion. The New Canaanites wouldn't talk about him. They were ashamed. Guess I can't blame them. Well, at Hoover Dam, the Malpace Legate finally met his match. Hanlon and Oliver kicked his New Canaanite butt right back over the river. Caesar had to make an example for the others, to show them that even at the highest level, failure wouldn't be tolerated. He had Graham covered in pitch, lit on fire, and thrown into the Grand Canyon. People say he didn't even scream on the way down. Not long after, some of the slaves and tribals started to talk. Said Graham wasn't dead. Shouldn't have been any surprise. All this talk bothered Caesar, so he forbade anyone from speaking his name. Wanted to erase Joshua Graham from history. He got his wish. Joshua Graham disappeared, and in his place came legends of the burned man walking the wastes. Probably just a tribal ghost story. But New Canaan's been silent for a long time. Maybe it's a coincidence. Maybe the Malpace Legate is dead. Or maybe Joshua Graham did crawl out of that canyon and finally found his way back home. All right, people. Been a long couple of weeks. But here we are. Zion. I know your feet hurt. I know you're tired. But I need everyone's mind on the trail ahead.
무사히 시온 계곡에 도착한 상단과 배달부. 잠시 안도의 한숨을 고르려던 그들이었지만 그 순간 사건이 터지고 말았죠. 하얀 다리 부족의 갑작스런 기습에 행복한 여정 상단 일행은 한 명씩 쓰러져 갔으며 결국 살아남은 것은 배달부 자신뿐이었습니다. 당신으로 적들을 해치운 배달부는
Hoy, white legs don't leave survivors often. You're some kind of lucky, let me tell you.
외지인에게 우호적인 부족민 분필 자국 따라의 안내에 따라 죽음말 부족의 마을에 도착하였고 그곳에서 불탄 남자 조시아 그레이엄을 만나게 됩니다.
We should have given you a better welcome on your first visit to Zion. But from what I hear, The Whitelegs beat us to it. Whitelegs seem to be the only visitors we have these days, and I wouldn't have expected anyone from the Mojave to come looking for us. And you're a courier, no less. Not the one I was expecting, but I suppose he wouldn't have come with a caravan.
온몸에 붕대를 감은 조슈아는 베델부에게 잠시 과거 이야기를 들려주기 시작했죠. 한때 뉴 가나안의 독실한 몰몬교 신자였던 조슈아는 어느 정도 나이가 되자 선교 활동을 시작하였고, 어느 날 묵시록의 추종자들의 요청으로 통역사로서 그들과 동행하게 되는데, 이것이 에드워드 셀로우, 빌 카룬, 조슈아 그레이엄 세 사람의 첫 만남이었습니다. 2247년 그들은 검은별 부족에게 접근하여 평소처럼 교육과 선교 활동을 하고자 했으나 조슈아의 통역이 잘못된 것이었을까 그들은 검은발 부족에게 포로로 잡히게 됩니다. 하지만 검은발 부족은 만들어둔 적이 많았고 그들이 적대적인 부족들에게 둘러싸이기 시작하자 세 사람은 검은발 부족에게 지식과 기술을 전수하여 그들이 위기에서 벗어날 수 있도록 도와주었죠. 하지만 이때부터 세 사람 간의 갈등이 시작되었습니다. 빌은 평화를 추구했지만 조슈아와 에드워드는 무력으로 그들을 교화시키려고 하였고, 둘은 검은발 부족을 이끌고 주변 부족들을 정벌, 에드워드는 스스로를 카이사르, 조슈아는 스스로를 말파이스라 부르며 카이사르의 군단이 탄생하게 됩니다. 이후 군단과 NCR은 후보댐에서 첫 번째 전투를 시작했으며, 전투에서 대패한 카이사르는 그 희생양으로 말파이스를 선택하여 그의 몸에 불을 붙인 채로 그를 그랜드 캐니언 아래로 떨어뜨렸죠. 하지만 그는 살아남았습니다. 그는 다친 몸을 이끌고 자신의 고향 뉴 가나안으로 돌아갔는데 마을 사람들은 그를 따뜻하게 맞이해 주었고, 그에 감동한 조슈아는 자신이 불탄 것을 두 번째 세례로 여기며 모든 것을 잊고 조용히 살아가기로 결심합니다. 하지만 그가 살아있다는 사실은 카이사르에게까지 전해졌고, 이에 카이사르는 그에게 암살자를 계속해서 보내기 시작하였으나 그중 살아서 돌아온 이는 아무도 없었습니다. 조슈아가 끈질기다는 것을 알게 된 카이사르는 결국 작전을 바꾸게 됩니다. 하얀 다리 부족을 무장시켜 뉴 가나안의 사람들을 학살하게 만들었죠.
The Whitelegs want to join the Legion. Caesar's rite of passage is the destruction of the New Canaanites, almost assuredly because of me. The good news is that we can help you find your way back. Daniel, one of the other New Canaanites, has made many maps of the region. The bad news is that we can't help you right now, not with everything that's going on.
이곳에서 탈출하기 위해 조슈아를 도와주기로 한 베델부는 또 다른 뉴 가나안 생존자 다니엘의 요청들을 수행하였죠.
By the rivers of Babylon there we sat down, yea, we wept, when we remembered Zion. Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it even to the foundation. O daughter of Babylon, who ought to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewardeth thee as thou hast served us. Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stones. Do you know what it means?
하지만 과거의 일이 되풀이되려는 것일까? 그는 슬픈 부족민들과 평화적으로 떠나려는 다니엘과 달리 조슈아는 죽음말 부족과 슬픈 부족들을 이끌고 하얀다리 부족들을 처리할 생각을 하고 있었습니다. 마치 카이사르의 군단이 만들어진 때처럼 말이죠. 베델부는 임무를 수행하면서 조슈아의 말을 곱씹었고 이내 자신의 의견을 다니엘에게 전합니다.
I appreciate it. Well, that's it. This is all we need. Now all that's left is to quietly pack up and try to get out of here without being noticed. That's assuming that Joshua won't try to stop me. And that he hasn't talked you into fighting the Whitelegs despite what I've said. Don't worry, I don't hold it against you. You're an outsider. Fighting seems like the practical solution. I'll tell you again. There's more at stake. Why? Why? Haven't you seen enough of what's going on here to see that the Sorrows don't need to butcher the Whitelegs for a piece of land?
친하지는 않았지만 억울하게 죽어간 사람들을 보며 결심한 베델부의 의지는 다니엘의 만류에도 꺾이지 않았습니다. 그들은 이곳에 있으면 안 되는 무리였으니.
Thank you for this. I know Daniel doesn't approve, but destroying the Whitelegs is the only way to ensure the Sorrows can remain in Zion. You and I will lead a group of Dead Horse warriors and Sorrows hunters into 3 Marys, from this position. Our objective is to find the White Lake's leader, Salt Upon Wounds, and prevent him from fleeing. Show no quarter to the White Lakes we come across. Make no mistake about why we are here. This is an extermination. God be with you.
조슈아와 죽음의 부족, 그리고 슬픈 부족의 지원 아래 하얀다리 부족민들을 소탕하기 시작하는 배달부는 적의 방해 공작을 우회하여 하얀다리 부족민들이 점거한 동굴을 돌파. 마침내 그들의 수장인 상처의 소금물을 마주하게 되었죠.
You took advantage of us at New Canaan to drive us out. And like the dogs of Caesar you are, you followed us to Zion. And now you stand on holy ground, a temple to God's glory on earth. Legal leaves for an animal in our temple, a sacrifice. Kale Wachane conserve our war. Understand me, don't you?
Outman. Kunaman, mad. He killed all White Legs. You talk. You stop.
그는 자비를 원했지만 배달부는 자비가 없었습니다.
You can no ni kumpa me. They are you.
It's the same end he would have met if he had died on his knees. But I suppose this was for the sake of the dead horses and sorrows. Still, thanks to your help and the grace of God, the White Legs won't be troubling Zion anymore. Let's go find Daniel. Tomorrow we'll be here soon enough. And there is much to do.
And so it was that the conflict between the New Canaanites and the White Legs was finally resolved. The courier's involvement had tipped the scale, shifting the fragile balance of power.
Despite their defeat at Three Marys and the death of their war chief, the White Legs were determined to pursue the other New Canaanites. But when they finally tracked down their prey in Colorado, they discovered the tables had been turned. The White Legs who survived the New Canaanites' ambushes were hunted down by dead horses before they could reach the safety of the Great Salt Lake. When word of the White Legs' diminished numbers reached the 80s tribe, war was declared. And by year's end, the White Legs had been wiped out.
The Sorrows fought beside Joshua Graham and the dead horses, eradicating the threat the White Legs posed to Zion. When the courier and Joshua Graham felled Salt Upon Wounds, their victory was celebrated with a great feast. The Sorrows' transformation from a peaceful, timid tribe into a proud and warlike people broke Daniel's heart. He tried to take solace in the knowledge that they would remain in Zion, but it was a small comfort. The Sorrows' innocence was lost.
Having helped eradicate the White Legs from Zion, the dead horses returned to Dead Horse Point in triumph. They remained neutral toward the Sorrows, but as years went on, there were periods of competitive friction, even violence between the tribes. The New Canaanites, Daniel especially, intervened regularly as mediators, but found it difficult to reconcile the tribe's conflicts.
The defeat of the White Legs in Zion marked a turning point in the fortunes of the Happy Trails Caravan Company. Every 2 months, the caravan met with the New Canaanites in Zion Valley to trade. Happy Trails soon returned to prosperity. The vigilance of the Sorrows and dead horses in defending southwestern Utah, initially startling to Happy Trails caravans, soon proved a blessing. The tribes united against the 80s, driving them back from Highway 50, and thus opening yet another trading route for Happy Trails caravans.
Though the courier had stopped Joshua Graham from executing Salt Upon Wounds, the war chief still fell in battle. The White Legs defeated at Three Marys. Joshua led the Sorrows and dead horses, intending to their comrades, and burning the corpses of their foes. He continued to advocate militant opposition to the enemies of New Canaan, and showed little quarter to those he fought. And yet he was changed. He no longer reveled in the brutality and cruelty for which he had been known in his former life. His inner demons, if not extinguished, were at the least appeased.
For years after the defeat of the Whitelegs, Daniel did his best to minister to the Sorrow's spiritual needs. Try as he might, he could not hold back the tribe's increasing militancy and reverence of Joshua Graham. Demoralized, he returned to his family and Dead Horse Point. His failures haunted him for the rest of his days.
And with that, the courier walked out of the history of the tribes of Zion and back to the gathering storm of the Mojave Wasteland.